Begin.
Team Fortress 2 is designed to make friends. You can dance with your enemies, feed the dying, and play dress up. The game may seem comically violent, but it's oddly wholesome in a way it probably shouldn't be. The aforementioned features may seem minor, but I argue they would make the game work. Casual Absurdity built this city, and it goes far beyond appearance. The combat, for example. It's the beating heart that makes most games like this work, and while other team-based shooters incentivize callouts, slow movement, and precise planning, Team Fortress 2 incentivizes whatever the fuck this is. I fucking did it! The game doesn't take itself too seriously. In no other shooter will you play rock, paper, scissors, and then proceed to die because, hey, fuck it, you lost. And that's what I love about this game. Even the characters you control don't take this shit seriously. Here, listen to them.
I am owning you, you fat, bald, fatty, fat.
Dominated! I'm still your friend.
Just bought 2 tickets to the gun show, and I'm not giving them to you. I'm going with your tickets.
They don't even sound sober, let alone concerned. Voice lines like this are common and never not amusing. The characters outright refuse to be bland, each having their own short films to help you get acquainted with them. The films are great, by the way. The intro to this video, the one you're watching right now, is a mashup of the Meet the Soldier and Meet the Pyro videos. And honestly, if I could, I would have done them all. The characters all have defined personality traits. Most make me giggle, like Sniper's strained relationship with his father.
Dad, put mum on a phone.
Engineer being a mythical, smart Southern person.
Y'all know what this means, right?
We cannot teleport bread anymore.
Whoa, not exactly, soldier. You teleport as much bread as you like.
Or Demo Man, having a depressing drinking problem.
I gotta make it, eh? I'm a black Scottish cyclops.
Some of these jokes make their way into the actual game, like how Sniper in his video pisses in jars. He actually does that in game. He pees on people. Their charm isn't their only identifiable trait. There are 9 classes in Team Fortress 2, and I can say with absolute certainty that 7 of them are very fun to play. I wish I had time to go in depth about each class and how it feels to play them, but sadly, someone already did that. And my lawyer told me, every second I spend in one of these videos is a risk to my freedom, so I'm only giving you one example. Pyro is initially armed with a flamethrower and a shotgun. The flamethrower deals extremely high damage in little time, with even less range. It can, if used optimally, melt any class in less than a second, but only if they're in reach. The shotgun, a close to mid-range weapon, is a convenient follow-up to the flamethrower. Its multiple projectiles and clip capacity of 6 bullets lends itself well to spine-fucking cowards that fear a Viking's funeral. Together the weapons make Pyro arguably the strongest class in close encounters, but at the same time make them incredibly vulnerable and ineffective at facing farther opponents. Fine. I don't want to fight you anyway, go fuck off in your base. You can circumvent this distance issue with proper positioning and timing. If you're a pussy, or you could take things in your own hands. Literally, open your fucking hands. Pick this up. Found it on Amazon. Like it? The flare gun is an alternate weapon that can replace the shotgun. Usually if an enemy respects your personal space, you sadly cannot recreate the Salem witch trials. But luckily, the flare gun is the ideal tool for murderizing the considerate. My least favorite type of people. Next to you, of course. The weapon brings fire to them, having absurd range and dealing extra damage to already burning foes. You may think, well, this seems objectively better, since it has more range and can do more damage, and... Wrong! You're a retard. The flare gun only has 1 shot before it has to reload, but the shotgun has 6, which means if there are multiple opponents, you're screwed, and if you miss, you're fucked. Not to mention, the flares move slower than bullets, meaning they're harder to aim, which, as mentioned before, is a real gamble when you only have 1 shot. So see, it's not that simple. Each weapon has a strength and a weakness, meaning one isn't objectively better than the other. Most of the time. The weapon variety isn't just 1 or 2 options either. Each class has over 300 weapon combinations at least. Customization is a virus that spreads farther than your killing tools. There are 1,764 items to play dress up with, meaning you can make yourself look like anything, and if by some miracle you can't, sometimes God halts progress for the sake of humanity. It shouldn't be made. Stop tempting fate. With weapon variety and cosmetic variety being so personal, you can cater your playstyle to your exact situation and map, which is very important because there are more maps in TF2 than there are countries in Africa. You're not special though. Everyone looks like shit, and that's a great thing. You can tell a lot about someone by the weapons they tote and the hats they hide under. Some weapons lend themselves better to offense, so if you see someone holding a buff banner, it's probably a good idea to charge with them. Other weapons are defensive, like the Brass Beast, meaning you can leave them to defend the point and scout ahead. These weapons show you how your team likes to play, and their cosmetics show off their personality. You may wonder how there could be so many options in Team Fart 2, and the only answer... You may wonder how there could be so... You may wonder how there could be so many options in Team Fart 2, and the answer to that is pretty simple. The game is 16 years old. I mention this not to say the game feels old or looks dated, but because there are people who've been inventing, learning, and refining mechanics long enough for Japanese men to lose interest. So when a new player decides to hop into a match for the first time, it can be... a challenge. New players have weird shit to learn, and a lot of it. The worst part being, there isn't even a fucking tutorial. The publishers of the game, Valve, in all 16 of those years, decided to just say no, and we have all been suffering for it. I don't even blame them either. There are 9 whole classes and so many mechanics I can't even write them all down. There's rocket jumping, flare jumping, sticky jumping, sentry jumping, trimping, damage surfing, shield bashing, trombone boinking, Uber tracking, market gardening, millie rocking, and literally just playing spy. Like, the whole class is weird. I only made up one of those, by the way. Most are real, and there are at least a solid 10 I didn't mention. Some of these techniques take literal years to master, meaning that even if I did show you every secret little move, please don't tell Mom, shh, it's unlikely you'd be able to recreate any of them on your first or even 50th try. This all sounds incredibly intimidating, I'm sure, but I guarantee you, when you finally learn one of these, it just feels... fuck. Mom, get the towel! Get the towel! A good question to ask would be, how does one learn about the game if there's so much to understand and no tutorials to teach you? My answer to that is the same shit you're doing right now, interacting with a member of the TF2 community. Yes, we are all like this, sadly. Join any T for 2 lobby, and there's an 85% chance you'll get help, and a 15% chance you'll be called a retard. The reason for this is everyone is assigned to a team. That team directly benefits by having well-informed and skilled players on their side. So making you not suck helps them not suck. The most popular game modes display this point fantastically. King of the Hill, Attack and Defend, and Payload each encourage moments of aggressive offense to capture an objective and moments of impregnable defense to hold it. So the team's ability to achieve both through coordination and assisting one another is what decides most matches. It's surprisingly common for someone in a lobby to just disregard the whole point of the game and just teach you shit. It is really funny, actually. Just walk into any lobby and ask, they'll tell you. But if you're that scared of insult, you could always watch one of the 1 million well-put-together videos that teach you the game without insulting you. This is not one of those. I will recommend you any of these guys. Yeah. Look at them. Butch. The community has far more of an impact than just informative video essays, though. In the last, I don't fucking know, 20 updates, the community has been responsible for every single map, taunt, and cosmetic added into the game. That sounds absurd, and it is. There's a Team Fortress 2 workshop where anybody can post their house, hat, or shitpost and have it voted on by everyone else. Like right now, you can go on Steam and vote for or against any idea you come across, meaning you have a direct and significant impact on the future of the game, which is insane. I've never seen player choice have this much sway before or since, and debatably, that is a good thing. Though I personally love seeing anime references, Australian men, and the cutest creature to ever be, and the only reason any of that is in the game is because the community voted for them. The limits of what will or won't be added aren't finite either. In the most recent update, the community voted for many maps that only work in a game mode that's not in normal TF2. So Valve just added the whole game mode out of fucking nowhere. I literally didn't believe my friend when he told me this, which is wild because they added a whole fucking game mode before they removed random crits, which is fine. That's okay, Valve. I get it.
Oh my god!
I actually met that same friend for the first time in a TF2 lobby, which, you know, like, I'll tell the story. It's pretty adorable. It's cute. It's cute. It goes full circle with this like community and like you get it. You get it. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll tell you. All right. So I'm playing Suja, trying to lobotomize every enemy child I come across. The entire time I'm doing this, my team's a breeding ground for dick jokes. Every 20 or so seconds, somebody feels compelled to give a gay sex voiceover in voice chat. I've been holding my breath the whole game, because I'm not very funny, so I gotta plan out a good joke. You know how it is. I bide time for a bit, just playing scout while I think, and eventually I get something. Oh god, is it something. It's a dick joke so grand, so unforgettable, and so unbelievably creative that when I tell it, a guy named Sledge says the same shit at the same fucking time and ruins my whole thing. Now normally, if this happens to me in person, I'd fucking kill him, eat him alive, and be proclaimed the funniest man in all of the Balkans. But sadly Sledge was on a computer hundreds of miles away, so I just have to settle for killing him in game. About that, he's on my team, so I can't murder him either. I was left with only one reasonable option. You fucking retard! I'll fucking kill you, sludge slurping bean-shaped bitch!
No.
Yeah, huh?
No.
Yes! I started a one-side war, which quickly became a battle between who could tell the funniest dick joke. We got a couple chuckles in until eventually we just kept telling jokes, and at this point I'm not even trying to one-up them anymore. We're just saying shit because we keep smiling. And none of those small giggles either. I'm talking like those deep belly laughs that hurt your cheekbones after a bit. We end up keeping in touch after that, and we began calling every single day. I could have met Sledge in any team-based shooter, although I don't think our relationship would quite be the same. We're not gay, that sounded very gay. Yeah, we're not gay. I just meant Team Fortress 2 has a certain environment. You see, the items and weapons you tote not only affect your appearance, but the gameplay, and the characters you control all have a defined purpose, meaning in any lobby you join, you know exactly what you're doing and exactly where to be. The core gameplay itself incentivizes not only effective teamwork, but also just really silly shit. And whenever it's all wrapped together, personality, purpose, and a casual climate lend themselves incredibly well to friendhood. That way, you don't even need friends to play Team Fortress 2. Write that down. He needs to know that. No one likes him. Yeah. So, eventually, given how vast Team Fortress 2's community is, you will run into your very own Sledge. And until then, you can practice rocket jumping, sticky jumping, and all that other shit that'll never get you laid. That way, when you finally do meet your very own Sledge, you can show them, and after hours and hours of practice, they can say something like, I don't fucking get it, this is fucking stupid. Isn't that right, Creams?
I'm the spy.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. My advisors informed me that once per video, I have to say something legally gay about my youth, and this is that. If it wasn't for Team Fortress 2, I would not have any friends. That statement is a little hyperbolic, but for the I'm doing something right now. I'm doing my best. Statement is a little hyperbolic, but for the most part, it's true. I met a lot of my closest friends through Sledge, and if it wasn't for Team Fortress 2, I would have never met Sledge. So, if not for that, I would not be writing, editing, or 2 days before Christmas doing whatever the fuck you'd call this. So if you'd like to blame anyone for everything that's happening right now, you can blame Val. Because God knows we do. Isn't that right? Yeah, come on. Yeah, you too. Yeah. Oh, bring it in. Oh, you're so sweet. All of you. Oh, big group hug. Big group. Oh, all of us. Oh. Ew, you hug weird.
Oh,
you too. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I don't like women. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, excuse me, boy. I feel a song coming up. Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Thank you for being a friend.
Friend.
Travel down the road and back again.
Yeah.
Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. I'm not ashamed to say
Boo, boo, boo!
I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? Beep, beep, boo! And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would say the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend.
Bye bye.
Thank you for being a friend.
Let's go.
Thank you for being a friend.
Friend.
Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you.
I love you. I love you so much. Oh boy.
If it's a car you lack,
Boo, boo!
I'd surely buy you a Cadillac. Whatever you need, any time of the day or night. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? And when we both get older,
Old.
with walking canes and hair of gray,
Boo, boo!
have no fear, even though it's hard to hear. I will stand real close and say, thank you for being a friend.
Thank you.
Thank you for being a
I
friend.
wanna thank you.
Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you.
Thank you for being a friend.
I wanna thank you.